2025 Volkswagen ID.7 First Drive, betting on an electric car. VW's upcoming ID.7 is its most advanced ID electric car family member so far. Let's face it, cars continue to be outmanned by the SUV army dominating our roads. And buzzy as they are, electric vehicles are still far outnumbered by vehicles with internal combustion engines. Into this fray Volkswagen is valiantly launching the 2025 Volkswagen ID.7, a premium, mid-size all-electric hatchback sedan. VW will first offer it in Europe before it reaches North American showrooms in summer 2024 with a semi-affordable price tag expected to start at about $50,000. We'll initially get a single-motor, rear, or all-wheel drive car with an 82 kWh battery, a new powertrain, more than 300 miles of driving range, and some innovative new features inside designed to make road trips more comfortable. It all comes in a hatchback design that's solid if not exciting. In that sense, the 2025 VW ID.7 is a spiritual successor to the Volkswagen Phaeton, with design cues showing its big brother kinship with the VW ID.4. The 2025 VW ID.7 is the seventh member of the company's global ID family so far, but only the ID.4 is offered in North America at the moment, with the ID Buzz coming next year. All these vehicles ride on the MEB electric platform that underpins several vehicles within the Volkswagen Group. The single-motor VW ID.7 is going on sale now in Europe, and it is the same version that will arrive in North America next year. We drove a top-trim ID.7 Pro S along the breathtaking coastal region outside Marseilles, France, a location where it felt right to cruise in a car with a big panoramic glass roof with adjustable tint to turn from opaque to clear. New powertrain makes a difference. The 2025 VW ID.7 introduces the second-generation PSME motor and a new inverter as part of Volkswagen's new AP 550 drivetrain that will also go into the long-wheelbase Volkswagen ID Buzz electric bus slated for the US. The permanent synchronous magnet motor develops 282 horsepower and 402 lb-ft of torque. The new powertrain enables the ID.7 to get more power out of the same 82 kWh battery pack than it does in the ID.4. And it improves range, helped by the low-slung car's 0.23 drag coefficient, making it the most slippery VW. Range with the standard battery will exceed 300 miles, exact figures are still to come. The ID.7 can charge to 127 miles worth of range in 10 minutes at a charging rate up to 175 kilowatts. To go from 10% charge to 80% takes 28 minutes. GDX coming but not by that name. Next year, Volkswagen will introduce a more powerful ID.7 GDX model with a second motor for Europe. North America will also get an all-wheel drive variant, however, it will not be called GDX in the US. The ID.7 family will also have a wagon for Europe based on the Tourer concept, with no plans to bring it to this market. VW will also next year add a larger 91 kWh battery for the European market. The company's North America-based executives are pushing to get it here, as well, hopefully in time for the second model year. Regardless, the standard powertrain and battery pack are more than adequate for now. Gunning the ID.7 with the standard battery literally pins you back in your seat, although the burst of torque and speed is followed by a noticeable hesitation before acceleration resumes. Come inside. VW bills the ID.7's interior as second-generation ID with improved software, an optional Harman Kardon audio system, and a heating and cooling system with smart air vents that begins conditioning the cabin as you approach the vehicle. The car introduces new premium seats with sensors to detect when your butt needs heating or cooling. Step up to the ergo-active seats with extra air pockets to stimulate your pelvis and spine with a new pressure point massage. It's but one of a long menu of massage choices, all of which allow you to adjust the intensity level, and we can attest to their effectiveness. They're top-notch. One quibble: activating massage via the infotainment screen can be a bit difficult for the passenger as the icon is on the far left of the center touch screen. Our ID.7 Pro S test car had black perforated suede seats with blue piping and white stitching. The cabin is minimalist but not so frills-free as to be cold or uninviting. There are USB outlets, a wireless charger that holds a phone securely in place, cup holders in a cockpit with wood and glossy black trim, and more Alcantara on the doors to create a warm atmosphere. Indeed, materials are more premium than we've come to expect from VW lately. The rear seats are also heated, with controls in their backs, and there are rear seat USB outlets. There's plenty of legroom, and headroom is decent, but taller passengers must rue the fastback. On the other hand, the hatch opens to a huge opening and has a cargo cover. Introducing VW's big screen. The introduction of VW's first 15-inch screen dominates the cabin. It's mounted on the front of the dash, situated low enough to not obscure visibility, and it features excellent graphics. Most commands are made on the screen, divided into vertical strips with a permanent menu on top, a large library of icons in the middle, and permanent HVAC commands along the bottom. Below the screen are sliders to adjust volume and temperature. VW said it restructured the system to be easier to use. It still takes some digging, but it's much improved. Voice control is a bit buggy. You can activate the digital voice assistant by saying "Hey Ida" or even "Hey ID." But over the course of a couple days of driving, the system would come on unexpectedly, leaving my driver partner and I perplexed as to what we said to wake it up. The radio also came on randomly. When we did want help, the assistant did not always respond. When working, Ida can change the ambient lighting, open the roof tint to see the stars, change modes for a sportier ride, or answer a trivia question. Tell her your hands are cold and she will adjust the smart vents to direct hot air if you don't want to go to the screen and manually adjust the vents. But in what appears to be a last-minute decision, Hey Ida will not be enabled for the US market. Not your standard driver display. Settling in behind the wheel, drivers might be surprised to see only a small driver display screen. The screen is diminutive because most of the information is placed in the augmented reality head-up display. As a driver, you quickly learn to rely on the HUD for everything needed to drive, from speed to navigation to range. You can adjust the display to your sightline, it's easy to see and use, and it becomes comfortable to use almost immediately. One cool feature, set a course with the navigation system, and a blue light moves across the car's width, under the windshield, indicating the direction of a turn ahead. Drivers can choose D for drive or B for electric propulsion with more braking energy regeneration. You cannot adjust the amount of regen, though, and the 2025 VW ID.7 doesn't offer one-pedal driving. This means it will slow when you lift off the accelerator but won't come to a complete stop. Braking isn't at all harsh, you'd never know it was an electric vehicle if someone didn't tell you. VW said it designed the steering to provide a better turning radius. It's heavy and can be a bit twitchy at times, but that's preferable to feeling numb or disconnected from the road. Engineers said they didn't consider rear steering for the ID.7. Adaptive suspension dampers provide an impressively smooth ride. Indeed, the ID.7 boasts an enhanced 5-link rear axle with new bushings for better damping. There's little body roll with the low center of gravity, and the car handles curves well. The overall result is a quiet, comfortable, and capable if not always exhilarating driving experience. Think poached eggs but not Eggs Benedict. Engineers also worked to create a larger spread between comfort and sport modes. There are also eco and individual settings. The steering tightens, and the throttle becomes more sensitive in sport, but it's not a huge difference. Switching modes must be done on the screen, as there are no physical buttons to make the change. Assisted driving. Most of the driver assist systems worked well during our evaluation. Adaptive cruise control moderates speed in traffic smoothly. The function that adjusts the ID.7's speed to changing speed limits is a welcome feature in Europe but will not be offered, or likely missed, in North America. The lane keep assist was flawless, keeping the vehicle centered perfectly with no gradual swaying to either side of the lane. Travel assist adds automated lane changes to the driver assist features. We had varying degrees of success with the lane change function. It worked in some cars and not others, and at some times and not others. Tap the turn signal, and the car's sensors ensure it's safe before changing lanes. It's designed to work on mapped highways when the vehicle is traveling faster than 56 miles per hour and the driver has their hands on the wheel. The new VW ID.7 is built in Emden, Germany, and goes on sale in the US in late summer with pricing expected to begin at about $50,000 for the Pro and $55,000 for the Pro S. Of course, there's more to come down the road with a larger battery. The 2025 VW ID.7 becomes the most advanced vehicle in the ID family, and the carmaker said it will incorporate some of its advances into the ID.3, ID.4, and ID.5. The new car shows VW can learn from its mistakes, with more premium materials, better tech, and an improved driver interface. It may not be the sexiest new electric car on the market, but it should be a solid choice once its few bugs are worked out.